Hey, welcome back, guys. Hope everyone's doing well and everybody's week is going smashingly. Yeah, I don't know why I said smashingly, but okay, whatever. Who cares? Anyway, we're gonna do um, a word I've been promising to do, and I kind of been avoiding it because I hadn't really figured it all out yet. But um, I think it kind of needs to be done. So we're gonna do peace and peace today. So peace as in Peace and peace as in Peace. I said that Peace. Clearly, I need some peace in my life. The other piece, of course, is Piece. So, um, I had joked a while back about wanting my peace. And those of you that know me or have been on the channel for a while know that I am very big on the law of attraction and spirituality. And so I expect to manifest those things which I wish for. It's about getting into the energy of those feelings of having the thing that you want in order to get the thing that you want, right? So a while ago, when I was trying to decide, well, I'm still trying to decide, but when I started trying to decide what I wanted to do with my life, for the most part, after COVID, because going back to my old job just was not an option for me. I decided that I wanted to find my peace. And I don't think I truly defined that for the universe. And the universe has a very, very, very good sense of humor. And yeah, so have you ever typed in a Google search and typed in, I don't know, like movie theaters in Springfield? And you get back the most insane results, right? So obviously there's a Springfield in every state. And unless you have your location on, which most of us don't do that anymore because, I don't know, we're rebelling against Big Brother. Yeah, unless you have your location on, it's going to give you back, you know, a million results that you probably don't need. So if you were to type in movie theaters near Broad Street in Springfield, Massachusetts, probably get exactly what you're looking for, right? So I guess the point being is we're not always specific enough with what we want, right? And they say be careful what you wish for. I know this is a really long intro for peace and peace, but bear with me, guys, it will make sense. So when I asked for peace, I had been on the lookout for it, right? Because I tried to stay in that energy and hope that things were gonna come my way peacefully. Hi, Sadie. Did you want to say hi? Sadie went to the vet today. Say hi, puppy. Sadie got a new shirt today. Okay. At any rate, trying to find my peace, trying to recognize it, and so forth. When I was putting my shop together in Albuquerque, putting things away and things on the walls and so forth, it occurred to me as I'm putting things where they need to be. I had something from my cousin. I had something from my mother. I had something from my daughter. I had something from my son. I had something from best friends. I had something from everyone. And I thought, how weird. Like a piece of everyone is with me. And then it, light bulb moment. And I started laughing. And I kind of looked up and I said, okay, I get it. I get it. I prayed for peace and I got peace. I got a piece of everybody. And so I've been thinking about how to do this for the channel here. And so my subconscious mind, right? Our subconscious minds, when you think of a piece as in Piece, like a piece of the puzzle or a piece of pie. I don't know why pie. Everybody always associates pie, piece of the pie, I guess would be an idiom that would describe, how what the tenet is of what the word peace would mean as in Piece. So if we had that piece of the pie or of the puzzle, right? That would imply that there's a finite number of pieces in order to make a whole. And And the idiom piece of the pie is more or less like your financial success, I guess. It's a way to describe that. And I have shied away from using that because I think it limits our thoughts about that, right? Because now we've taken something like financial success, which is basically unlimited, and limited it to this one pie that you can get your piece of, which means if I get a bigger piece, you get a smaller piece. And that's not how it works. So it bothers me that that's how that's used. So I prefer to think of it as a piece of a puzzle, right? Obviously, if you've been on the channel, you are aware that I really, really like puzzles. So if you think about a piece of the puzzle and you want your peace, as in PEACE, as in calmness, right? Then maybe figuring out which piece of that puzzle you are, and how you connect and how you fit into the world is truly what brings you peace. So I thought about that for a while, but I have not. Sadie, she's not feeling good today, guys. I'm sorry. We're gonna look up the letters, and Sadie hates it when I use my phone. See, she hates it. She's like, no, put your phone down. Sorry, Sadie puppy. All right. So peace, the definition would be for PIECE, a part of a whole, such as a fragment. Any of the individual members comprising a unit, often used in combination. For example, like a 3-piece suit. A portion or allocation. An object or individual regarded as a unit or a kind of, let me start over. I'm sorry, guys. I can't read today. An object or individual regarded as a unit of a kind or class. For example, a piece of fruit. That's interesting. And then the third definition, a usually unspecified distance down the road a piece. Now that's one I've never heard of, never used before. So that's odd. I have to think about that. Maybe I'll use it just to freak people out and kind of make them stop and think, which is what I try to do. The fourth definition, a standard quantity as of length, weight, or size in which something is made or sold. So I guess that would be kind of like a piece of fabric, right? A literary, journalistic, artistic, dramatic, or musical composition. Okay, so for example, Mozart, his music could be considered a piece, right? Firearm, coin, or token, which I find that weird that I never knew that coin was a piece, but either way. The next one, a movable object used in a playing board game, specifically a chess man or other than a pawn. So that's interesting if you think about a piece on a chessboard, right? Because how many times do you use the idiom, oh, I'm just a pawn, or they're just a pawn. But piece actually means anything other than that pawn. So interesting. Another definition is opinion or view, spoke as piece. Now that to me, I always thought that was PEACE, but apparently according to Webster, it is spoke his piece, PIECE. Interesting. An instance or example, for example, a silly piece of nonsense or a nice piece of acting. I don't think we use it really that much like that anymore. To give someone a piece of your mind, like a tongue lashing. Share in an activity or profit, which they kind of already said that. And then fragments. Now, piece as in a verb, PIECE, would be like to patch. To join into a whole, often used with together. So their example there is, his new book has been pieced together from talks. So I guess all of those definitions play into my idea with the puzzle piece, right? Because it is a portion of the whole. It's a fragment, and it is, the whole is incomplete without it, right? So if you think about it that way, keep that in mind, because now we got to look up the PEACE. Oh my gosh, Sadie, are you letting me use my phone? So excited. It's a rare occasion, guys. She must really like you. All right, peace. P-E-A-C-E. A state of tranquility or quiet, such as freedoms from civil disturbance. Peace and order were finally restored in the town, is the example. A state of security or order within a community provided for by law or custom. For example, they use a breach of the peace. Freedom from disquieting or oppressive thoughts or emotions. I have been in perfect peace and contentment. I like that definition. I'm probably going to go back to that, but we're going to read on just in case. Number 3, a harmony in personal relations. The sisters are at peace with each other. I still feel like that's kind of the same thing as that second one there, but we'll keep going. A state or period of mutual concord between governments. There was a peace of 50 years before the war broke out again. And then 4b, a pact or agreement to end hostilities between those who have been at war in a state of enmity. Offered the possibility of a negotiated peace. Used interjectionally to ask for silence or calm, or as a greeting or a farewell. So I guess that would be kind of like, peace be with you. In a state of concord or tranquility, the problem was settled and his mind was at peace. And then there's also the verb, the intransitive verb, to be, become, or keep silent or quiet. Now they say that's obsolete and it's not used anymore. And I feel like maybe we need to bring that back. He is searching for inner peace is the example that is used. The first known use was in the 12th century, and that meaning was actually state of tranquility or quiet. So if you think about it, that tranquility is what I think I was asking for, and I think is what most of us mean when we say we just want to find peace, right? We just want the the tranquility, right? The no worries. We don't want to have to worry at all, right? I mean, a state of peace for me is having no worries. It's Hakuna Matata, right? For lack of a better way to say it. But for the purposes here, I think I'm actually going to look up tranquility just to see if we can get a further. You guys know what happened, and you know what I love about Webster. The quality or state of being tranquil. Well, fuck you, Webster. I really kind of wanted to know the full meaning, not just that it was a state of being of a word that I still don't know what the meaning is. Sorry, okay. Tranquil. Free from agitation of mind or spirit. Free from disturbance or turmoil. Unvarying in aspect. Steady or stable. Yeah, I could get on board with all of those. I mean, free from disturbance at the end of the day is literally, I guess, what stable would mean too, because there's no chaos, right? When you think about tranquil, free from agitation. So you think of like a washing machine, right? It has an agitator when it's not working, when it's at rest, there's no power. It's tranquil. I guess you could call it that way, right? But I guess the point being, it's a state of calm in your mind. And that's truly what I was asking for when I asked for peace. So now we go into the subconscious, right? And what is the tenet of the word peace, right? And actually, here's a good question to ask. And maybe this is the homework for the day. Ask somebody randomly, like maybe a grocery store clerk, what peace means to them. And see if they come back with a definition of calm and tranquil, or if they come back with a definition of a fragment. I suspect most people will come back with the calm and tranquil. But I'd be curious to see if anybody comes back with a piece of a puzzle, piece of the pie type thing. So now, if the tenet in the subconscious has been programmed to believe that peace is a state of calm and tranquility, or at least no war, right? So there are at least no fighting. And how can we reprogram that to mean free from agitation? Because really, the no fighting definition requires two people. The free from agitation in your mind really only requires one. So I guess to remind myself that my peace is something that only I can attain and only I can give myself. I can't get that from someone else. Like I can negotiate a peace treaty, and I can be at peace with my sister, as the example was saying. That's probably never going to happen, just so you know. But I could be at peace with other people, right? But that involves a level of dependency on that other person or that other thing. When I think about me being the last piece in that puzzle, if you will, the last fragmented being of the whole being, then I can only control my part of it. I don't have to worry my little head about the pieces around me. I just have to make sure they fit. I just have to make sure that wherever I land, my edges fit accordingly. So to reprogram that, instead of being at a state of non-war peace, I think my new definition of peace will be to think of myself as a puzzle piece. And just having brought that to light, I think every time I use the word now, I will visualize a puzzle and go from there and see if I can't start to take responsibility for my own peace and not put it so much in everybody else's hands. Have you ever seen, I'm trying to think of the movie. I can't think of it, but there's a character. I think, you know what? I think it happened. It happens in several movies, actually. I know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not making sense right now. In that movie, Twister with Helen Hunt, there's a portion of that movie where there is actually a tornado happening, right? And there's the eye of the tornado, right? That's that part that's really calm and tranquil. And we might talk about that later too. Anyway, there's a part where she's literally out in the middle of this tornado, and her mind and her body are just completely at peace. Like she's just in the middle of all of this chaos, and she needed to make peace with this weather phenomenon that had tortured her and haunted her for years. And it strikes me as odd, actually, that she found her peace in the middle of all that chaos, which only goes to show, she found where her pieces fit. She found the edges that fit right for the big picture, right? So although it appeared that she was in probably the most least peaceful situation imaginable, at least for me, she found her peace. And I think that just pays testament to the fact that peace comes from within. It's not something you can attain by buying something or by being in a relationship or by having things, anything like that. I mean, a state of peace it's a state of mind, right? And it's not a place that you go to. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's a state that has this town named Peace in it. If there is, let me know, because maybe I'll move there. I still haven't decided where I want to live. But anyway, yeah, that's my rabbit hole for the day, guys. So I'm sure you guys have a bunch more to say about it. That's just my 2 cents for the day. My piece of the dollar, if you will. And so I'm curious what you guys think peace means. And I really want you guys to ask people randomly and just take a poll and see what people think peace means and see which one they come back with. because I think we should all be focused more on the tranquility than our piece of the pie. And I think that will actually beget more peace for us. All right, guys. So I'm going to leave it there. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I think we're going to maybe start adding something different to the channel. We might start talk about, I think they're called palindromes. You know, that word 10 I was talking about yesterday. And I think we're going to start a playlist for idioms, because I think that's kind of the direction where we're going. You know, I like the word dissection, but since I said piece of the pie today, that kind of has me thinking about that too. And you know me, I go down whatever rabbit hole decides to present itself at the time. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. You guys have a good one. Message me, comments in the comment section below. My details are in the description box below. So I hate doing this part, guys, but you know, if you want to hit like, you want to hit subscribe, you want to share the channel, that'd be awesome. Maybe more people out there are curious about words. Maybe not. Maybe doesn't matter. Everything in divine timing, right? All right, guys, I love you. Make sure you grow your words and you taste your language. Bye for now.